What is NATO? NATO is a transatlantic military alliance made up of 31 nations, with the majority of its members being from Europe. Finland has become the 31st member of the NATO alliance. What is NATO Plus? NATO Plus refers to a security partnership between NATO and the 5 nations that make up the United States Treaty Allies: Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Israel, and South Korea. NATO Plus is a privileged group within the alliance umbrella that includes AUKUS countries as well as Japan and South Korea. At present, the NATO summit in Vilnius focused on Ukraine's potential membership, expanding the alliance, US support, and emerging threats from China and Russia. How this NATO summit was different. The Vilnius summit stood out for the attendance of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, highlighting the possibility of extending NATO membership to Ukraine. The summit established the NATO-Ukraine Council as a crisis consultation and decision-making forum to engage Ukraine and potentially pave the way for future membership. While the summit brought promises, President Zelensky's priorities, such as new weapons packages, security guarantees, and an invitation to join NATO, were not immediately fulfilled. In response to the crisis in Eastern Europe, NATO plans to maintain a force of 300,000 troops, with air and naval capabilities, and endorsed a defense production action plan. The approval of Finland and Sweden as NATO members demonstrated the alliance's adherence to Article 10 of the Washington Treaty, enabling member countries to invite other European countries to join NATO. The inclusion of Finland and Sweden indicates a supportive environment for Ukraine's potential membership, potentially deterring Russia from taking aggressive actions against NATO members. Turkey's scaling back of opposition to Sweden's inclusion in NATO marked a significant. US President Joe Biden reaffirmed unwavering support for NATO and Ukraine, diverging from the previous administration's approach, where Donald Trump had considered withdrawing the US from NATO. President Biden sees his support for Ukraine as a key aspect of his administration's political legacy, not only in strengthening transatlantic solidarity but also gaining bipartisan consensus on Ukraine domestically. So this is the current stance between NATO and Ukraine. I hope you gained knowledge about the things that happening in the world. If you need to see these kinds of useful videos, subscribe to Social Supply YouTube channel. Thanks.